Hey, it's Robert from Pheasant Lane Farm. I appreciate you stopping by our channel today. This might be a two-part video. It depends how in-depth we get. It might be one part. I have about 3 or 4 projects, all that have to do with our cattle here at the farm. The weather has not been cooperating with us. Every time I start to get a big project in the works, the weather just shuts us down. The first thing I'm kind of embarrassed about, a few weeks ago, I brought the tractor into the cattle dry lot here, and I wanted to stone it. I want it to be nice and comfortable for them year-round, limestone screenings. To do it properly, I cut about 3 or 4 inches down into the topsoil, which where we live, basically onto bedrock. And I cut all the muck out, and I was going to put down geotextile fabric, and I hauled in about 40 ton of limestone screenings. From all the research I found, that's one of the best things to use for horse or cattle dry lot. The problem is we got froze out, and then it downpoured for about a week, and it looks like a pond out here. So for today, the cattle are out on green pasture, which I usually don't let them do this time of year just because they tear it up. It was snowing pretty hard about 10 minutes ago. It's currently about 33 degrees, and they're calling for some really bad snow this weekend, so I have a lot of things to get done. So I need to get that worked on. I'm having a hard time finding the correct geotextile fabric I need. Also, I got to get this steer pen cleaned out. I don't like my cattle to be in wet pens. If they're outside and they get wet, muddy, that's one thing. I wouldn't want to sleep elbow deep in mud and muck and manure, so I don't let our animals do it. Yes, it's an extended cost, but you know what? It's for animal health, animal safety, and animal comfort means a lot to us. I had the barn curtain open, as you can see, a little more the other day. We got rain out of the north. This is wetter than what I would like it to be. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out all this kind of soft pack bedding. We bed down with corn fodder bales, and then we add straw bales to it to give them some nice depth, some nice cushion. And once it gets wet, we go ahead and rip it out and just start fresh. So I went and picked up a couple round bales of hay, a couple round bales of corn fodder the other day. And before I can do that, let me flip you around and show you what we need to do first before I can get in here, put a round bale of hay at the end, and clean this out. All right, before I can get the tractor in here to clean out this pen, I have to fix kind of a mistake I made when we hung these new panels and gate. Right here, the light green, you see that's a 12-foot gate from Cashman's super heavy-duty cattle gate. These are 2 10-foot low-pressure panels that Arrowquip sent us, so very thankful for Arrowquip. What happened is I put these 2 low pressure panels in first before I hung that gate. That is a welded on gate post at the bottom, so I couldn't really adjust that. And where I wanted the gate, it just happened to be right on top of this pin. Now for us to clean these steer pens, when I redesigned this recently, I need to pull the pin here, the pin at the top, and then I can take off this panel right here and drive the tractor straight into the steer pen, which is a lot easier than what we used to have. So this morning I went and grabbed some some Sawzall blades. We are going to cut that eye bolt off there for that gate hinge, and then we can start cleaning out these steer pins. All right, so got this stall clean for the most part. I still got a little bit of stuff to hand pitch out, no big deal. Got these Arrowquip panels in here. In a moment, I'll show you why we have a bow gate in the middle of our pen wall. But real quick, I get some questions. People want to know, how do you attach panels to a post, a round post, a 6x6, whatever it may be. So we like to put our panels on the inside of the post. That way, when the animal's pushing towards it, all the force is going right into the post. In this case, there's 4x6s. Out there, we use 6x6s. Some other places on the property, we just use a round post. But we like to put the panel on the inside of the post. That way, the animal is pushing in. This is just holding basically the panel in place. So what we use, I go to Lowe's and I buy a bunch of these 7/16 by 5 1/4 screw eyes. Lowe's has them for like under $2. I know if you go to like Tractor Supply, Rural King, some of the other farm stores like that, they're like $7 a piece. So I learned the rest of my lesson real quick because we use a lot of these. These will support 320 pounds each, so you figure 640 pounds. We'll never have 640 pounds of pressure on the outside, so we've never had any issue with an animal pushing in against the post. So I take let me make sure I tell you the right thing, 3/8 inch drill bit, screw in, and then these 7/16 screw eyes go in real well. And a quick tip or trick is, it's hard to do with the panel here, obviously. So I'll pull the bottom pin, I pull the panel out a little bit, and then I just use, in this case, the Arrowquip pin to help me spin that in there. Just get it started by hand. And then we'll just take this. I know camera angle's kind of screwed up, but we'll just take this. There we go. And we'll just spin it in. 2 hands at first till it gets in straight. I've got to rake that out anyways. And that's pretty much it. Then you can adjust how tight or loose you want them. Some places I have them in pretty far because I want these panels tight. Other places, if I'm going to be removing the panel often, like at the end down here to get the tractor in here to clean out the pen, I leave them a little looser. Just with weather changes, the pins don't bind up. This one I'll go in fairly tight because I don't ever plan on moving this again. Bada boom, bada bing. Close this panel back up. And that's it. You are done. Sorry for the lighting issues. Got a big white curtain here and lights over there, so anytime I film in the barn, it's a little funky. This one here, we got a feeder panel here. We're running on top of this 6 inline row feeder panel from Cashman's, very, very heavy duty. And I'll probably just leave this pin here, that eye bolt. I should have taken it out and moved it up here, but too late now. So let me get straw bedding in here. And then, actually beforehand, let me show you why we set this up the way we did. All right, so let me show you kind of why we put an 8-foot bow gate in the middle of our steer pen wall. First thing I want to say, my barn is usually clean. Last week I came out, it was dark, I turned on the lights as I rounded the corner and there was a big black boar standing there with about 4 or 5 inch tusks that I'd never seen before. Kind of put his head down, he was not too happy. Evidently the neighbors, I don't know what kind of pig it was, neighbor's pigs got out, he was over here, he ate pretty much about 30 pounds of Umbarger show feed for the heifer. He tore up all the garbage cans, all the feed bags went all over the place, so that's kind of why we're out here today getting this cleaned up. There you can see our hay wagon we've been feeding off of, or the hay trailer, because the wagon has a blown tire. But first panel I brought in was this 12-foot high pressure panel from Arrowquip. If you look down here, all our 4x6 posts are on 12-foot spacings, and that's the way we designed it when we used those corral panels the first time, and the Arrowquip panels fit in perfect. So we have a 12-foot panel here. We're going into an 8-foot bow gate. There's a 4-foot panel there just to make up the difference of the 12-foot. So we were fortunate enough to win a giveaway by Arrowquip earlier this year. And I was like, you know what? It'd be nice to have some kind of system that fits in our small space. Our barn is 30 by 80 and it's split in half. So horses have a 30 by 40. This side of the barn is a 30 by 40. And right behind the camera is our wall that divides it. It's 8-foot plywood halfway up and then color matched metal going up the rest of the way. And right here I have about a 4.5 or 5-foot hay manger, the full width of this pen, which is 10 feet. So I wanted a way to easier get our cattle from this pen into that chute. We live in Northwest Ohio. The weather usually doesn't cooperate when we need it to. I didn't want to have vets out here for accidents or last minute issues and have them in the pouring rain or in the mud or in the snow. So what I did last time is I took some cheap Tractor Supply panels. I went from this post, made kind of a bow into, or a curve I should say, into the chute. It worked, it just didn't work well. So when we won this, I got on the phone with Arrowquip and they said, hey, let us design you something that'll work a little better. They had seen that video. So this is what they came up with. We have an 8-foot bow gate in the middle, and I'll go back and show you kind of in a minute how it's going to work. But basically from this post right here, I will put across a 10-foot panel from that wall over to this wall. You can actually see where I had put eye bolts on an extra board there. Before, that's kind of what we did. We cut them off there. And so now what we're going to do is we'll be able to open this gate all the way up, kind of herd the cattle in here, and use, the idea in theory is to use this 8-foot bow gate kind of to push them in like you would like a crowding tub. There's going to be a 14-foot Arrowquip panel, heavy duty, from that corner out here, and then from this post over will be an 8-foot. They designed it on CAD. I told them, you know, my biggest thing is I want everything inside. I know it takes a lot of room. We're in the process currently of clearing out another pasture and putting up a new barn in the next couple of years. But you got to work with what you have right now. And, you know, we fund all this with our own money. So we're very, very thankful to have this opportunity from Arrowquip for this free equipment. But when you buy something with your own money and you want it to last, you just kind of, it was worth the sacrifice to lose room in the barn to keep this stuff out of the weather. So let me walk down here, kind of show you, just imagine that from this post here to over here is a 10-foot gate, which I have out there. We'll do another video once it's complete, but I kind of want to give you an idea. So before we bring the cattle in, we'll open this gate all the way up, which I can't do now because the tractor's in here. But we'll have the cattle walk in. There will be an area here that kind of funnels them towards the chute, and we can use this against this gate here to kind of push them right in there. So we're very excited about that, and it's going to be a game changer. So next thing on today's to-do list, I'm going to bring in a round bale, I'm going to bring in a corn fodder bale, get this bedded, get them hayed up, and start working on that mess because it's driving me crazy. Well, it's no secret around here, anytime a new hay bale gets brought out, you can see Jingles out there peeking in. The cows are standing at the gate. Oh, and there's Apollo. Apollo! There he is. Alrighty, we're going to get this fodder bale in and get these cattle back in here so they can start munching and taking a nap. Come on, boys. Yep, come on. Let's go. Come on, water boy. Come on, boys. Come on. Well, I guess you could say that's 1.5 things knocked off of today's list. Number 1 priority was getting new bedding in here, a new round bale in here. Number 2 was getting some of these new Arrowquip panels in. I still have 1, 2, 3 or 4 more to put up, but this is a good start. Kimmy Gibbler, our shorthorn heifer out there, she is not too happy that the boys came inside and she has to stay out there. And it looks like, I don't know if that's a Bear. I can't remember what kiddo names these steers, but everyone has a specific name. Bear looks like he wants to go play with her, but that is definitely not going to happen. I'm afraid they're going to hurt her. So these guys are enjoying their lunch. And yeah, I know that round bale doesn't fit in there right, but I found out that when we originally built this, we were just feeding square bales. Recently switched over to round bales, and as they eat it, it kind of falls down, and I've noticed there's almost zero waste by the end. Once it basically disappears, every day or twice a day I get in there and I push what's left over to the front. They eat it all. Zero waste is something that we're happy about. So I just let her out on pasture. She doesn't know what to do right now. This guy over here is munching away. These guys are eating away. Next on the list is getting this side of the barn cleared out. Get this hay wagon out, all this other stuff out, hay trailer out. And you know what? I don't want to do it because the wheels popped. I may have to transfer all these bales onto that wagon so this trailer can go to Dad's for the winter. So, farm Tetris. There's always moves to be made. Oh, these guys look happy. Horses out on their dry lot look happy. Theirs doesn't get nearly as wet as the cattle dry lot. Hey, water boy, I got one request. Please don't poop on my new panels and gates, okay? I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, I don't think he cares right now. Well, I appreciate you watching this video. There will be a full video out on the whole chute and kind of our working area here shortly. I think I got to get some U-bolts to make a section in there work, but we'll go over that in the next video. So, just got home from a Christmas party out here with our boy Apollo. If you guys haven't been following the channel very long, he was our foal that was born on Valentine's Day of 2023. It's been a disaster. His mom died a week later, and let's just say he's a character. He is huge right now. He just turned 10 months old yesterday. And last night, I had dinner plans next town over, so I didn't come home from work first. My wife had the horses out. Went to put him away, and he was in our cattle pasture, which means that he jumped over a 4.5-foot fence, almost 5 foot in some areas. So skinned his back legs up. Hopefully we won't be doing that anymore. He was a bottle baby. As you can see, he always thinks we have a bottle. So that is our boy Apollo, checking on him for the night. Filthy animal. He's just always dirty. But take care, everybody. We will catch you on the next one. And like I said, we'll get a better video of us kind of running cattle through the chute. I'll put a picture in where I did open it the other night to kind of check on some clearances, and all 4 of the steers ran in. And I think it's going to work a lot better than what we had before. So what do you think, Apollo? He goes, I don't know, Dad. I'm just going to stand here and pace. So we will catch you on the next one. As always, everybody, God bless and make smart decisions. Put some more medicine on his legs, and we're going to call it a night. Take care, everybody.